get to their mid game at a decent point and play off the back of these Sand King initiations, there are no saves on Gladiator's side. That's the upside in a sense. Until this Grim Shard comes out and they're the aggressors. If they're the ones getting jumped, Sand King burrowed, the arrow comes through. It's a good way to just kill this Void Spirit for Mars right off the bat and take the fight.
Oh, they spotted him. So they know a ward was placed down here. Most obvious victim of that is the easy camp being blocked. So they do get a little information. Oh, they actually thought it was a high ground ward instead. Now they know, though.
A lot of high ground wards. 3 cliff wards.
A lot of focus towards this top, like double warded top. Why?
My biggest guess is they want to spot the jungle stacking. So they're probably thinking that this Coddle is going to try and stack up jungle to a really large effect. This Bloodseeker and him can go clear it later. And it'll give this Storm from mid easy rotation access if you can see it early. They can fight around it. It can also give Sacred an option to just go and steal if the stacks do go up, which he would love to be able to do. Might get the burrow off. Yeah.
Yeah, he will get off the burrow, and that leads into the arrow, and that leads
Who do they give it
into
to?
first blood for Sacred, only because of the Fairy Fire went off.
Yeah, that's nice. This is the one hero I would want the first blood on almost. I think Sand King getting off to a faster start, especially if he's gonna take the burrow. Like if you don't get the kill with the burrow, then you're really sad. But
yeah,
this is pretty nice for him because this is the one lane I think will potentially be the hardest if the other lanes get chipped.
Yeah, he was gonna like, okay, I need stick and a salve, and then he was actually deciding to go for the heavier stat build and sold those items and went for Gauntlet, Double Branch, and some regens. So it's funny how I like those little micro decisions when it comes to lane, because I suck at them. So you know, feel like I'm learning.
Sounds accurate.
That I'm learning. Right?
No, the earlier part, but we can leave that as it is, you know? We don't have to be pulling out MMRs here, right?
Oh. He almost stopped those items from getting to Sacred. Celery does kill the ward. They're going to get the blast combination. This is what just can constantly happen here. Blast into blood right.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
The downside is you shove the lane out very early, which Sand King is kind of okay with.
True.
Because he doesn't really win the early waves anyway. So if he can just, like, get to his level 3 to 5 range with as little regen bot as possible, that's kind of all he's hoping for.
Yeah.
There's a nice arrow.
Oh.
He's
Did
got
land
the
a
body
nice
block,
arrow.
too.
Celery, he's going to have to cut down trees, and as a result, will manage to slip away.
This is
but
a trade back,
bottom
though.
lane, they actually do manage to get a kill. Still going for Celery. Oh, the healing salve keeps him alive for a second. The blood right. Oh, he's getting the fog. Celery's going to turn around and blast him, but it's not going to be enough. Matthew gets the kill instead. Dotatu has the thirst vision. He's going to have to cut through the trees. Matthew, he sees you. You can't get out. You got to run. Cannot hide from the Bloodseeker, so he dies in return. Bottom lane, they got a kill for on Bakazes, so that's a big pickup.
Yeah, that's the power of early meld versus a melee hero. The spell is just so hard to fight in the early waves.
Yeah.
Even with a melee ogre, like...
Got it again. Burrow Strike, and they got a big Caustic Valley hit. So a lot of damage being dealt over to Dotatu, but you can see Celery has tons of regen. He actually had 9 tangos at one point.
Yeah, why does he have so many tangos?
I don't know.
I don't think I've bought 9 tangos in years.
Yeah, salves are usually the preferred, but you know. Kazes, is he in trouble? No. Just gonna chase him away. Mid lane's not going so hot for Boom. He has to play against the Storm Spirits, who's pretty good at melee heroes, even his brothers.
Doing him dirty a little bit, but nothing extreme. I think most of these mid lanes are just they're like wash lanes, you know?
Yeah. At least the Storm doesn't have his easy camp. He's going to unblock it now, but open it up at 4 minutes isn't going to feel amazing.
Yeah, that is the downside there. Dotatu, he is the one leading out of these early lanes. Gladiators pulling ahead in all of them. A little bit of what I expected, but Celery's also looking towards these stacks. So that is something to keep in mind here. These early obs, They are trying to keep track of that, and Matthew can go over here and just arrow some of these too.
Yeah.
It's pretty annoying for this Coddle. Like this safe lane Coddle, getting these stacks up is really big because it lets your carry go do them and you can take the lane. You're one of these outspam safe lane supports like Phoenix or Wyvern. If you can get the levels, it feels super nice. So this stacking benefits you and your carry at the same time if that gets shut down. It's a big arrow top.
They do manage to get it. Blood right. He's going to need to heal off of the CS here, and he's actually doing it. Gets a decent amount and will stay alive for now. Courier and his hero both survive. More tangos. Hey, we actually burned through almost all 9 tangos, so.
Trade happened bottom too. Super low everywhere as Bloodseeker's getting powered up.
He really is. But he's not healthy enough to keep going for it.
More tangos.
More. Dark and Boom. Trading some tips.
You were waiting for me to echo that, or?
No.
Just like the voices, you know?
Yeah. I love the voices.
I'm learning more about you every day.
There are a lot of voices in my head. You'll get to know all of them in time.
Denied.
I hope not.
Duraccio is doing okay, but now we have our level 6 on Dark and Boom, so expect some rotations. Somebody's going to be showing up in the side lanes. Likely, I feel like both of these heroes, as soon as the Siege Wagon wave is dealt with. That's kind of the play, right? It's like you deal with your mid Siege Wagon, and then you try and use the Siege Wagon on one of the side lanes.
I don't think they have great heroes to use them. This Mars is just too low level, and I don't know if any of these side lanes are going so decisively. These side rotations for these mids are expensive. They take a lot of resources, and it can provide an opening elsewhere.
Okay.
I feel like the Storm is pretty happy to just keep farming up if he's given the option.
So you wouldn't like... So my thought process was, you're right, none of these side lanes are being decisive, and I thought like you would swing it, try and swing one of these lanes, because they are, like, both sides are getting so low and they're fighting all the time, you know, just like, I feel like one mid hero shows up and it cleans up 2 heroes potentially.
I mean, I guess the way I think about it is you go to a side lane if you get a kill and the guy just comes back and nothing changed about the lane. Then it's just a question of is it worth it for the mid. And if the mid can free farm, a lot of times it's not that much more worth it.
Okay.
If you have to swing a lane back because it's just going so bad someone can't do anything, like, then you're getting extra value. Here I feel like most of these side lanes are neutral. Like, maybe this Bloodseeker lane could have been going better for them, but Thunder honestly played it pretty decently off just abusing these burrow arrows to make space for the Sand King. And maybe some of like this Mars lane going hard early didn't open it up. But there are some stacks being made, so...
Yeah, it's about to be stack clearing time, I think. Storm Spirit gonna show up mid, get some damage onto Boom off of the Arcane Rune, does zip away before the Phantom can catch him, and Tofu will pay for that.
He's Arcane Rune. Putting it to good use.
Yeah, certainly did. Put those null talismans to good use. When is this gonna change, man? It's just the dumbest build in Dota. Matthew trying to deal with these stacks, or at least be an hindrance, has been arrowing some of the bigger creeps every once in a while. Celery obviously really wants to protect them, and that's why he's got this high ground vision.
Would you rather have 3 nulls or 3 Falcon Blades? You think that meta was better?
3 Falcon Blades. I mean, I feel like, in a way, Falcon... Like, there have always been items that have just been efficient. But I feel like Null Talisman, this isn't efficiency. This is a potentially broken concept.
This is degeneracy. Is that what you're about to say?
Yeah, it kind of is.
Triple stacks.
As Quinn would say, it's a sick perversion. Boom.
Perversion of the game, an abomination.
They're gonna hit the combo. The epicenter is here as well. Oh,
they have enough?
They do have enough. Ever so barely. Duraccio's gonna come in from the other side. These heroes are low, but they don't have a stun.
They don't have detection. They do have one.
They do have detection, but now the Storm Spirit's here. He actually gets stunned right as he lands. That's a little unfortunate. They're gonna go for the...
Where are your stuns now?
No stuns anywhere. No stuns and a free Storm Spirit running around killing heroes. What a great fight for Thunder. Jeez.
Yeah, really nice use of their early skirmish power. And again, those cliff wards, Gladiators were trying to defend it early, but Thunder know what the game plan is, and they were invading it.
You okay with that? Would you use it? So he used Glyph to stop the farming of this wave.
I think I'd be a little mad about that, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you got to do what you got to do. I understand.
I mean, the mid-laner mind games that are going on right now. I mean, he did that. I saw it. I was just like, what the hell? And then they tip each other, you know?
I don't think it's worth a Glyph 9 minutes in the game, but, you know,
Yeah.
you want to play some mind games, I understand it.
Once again, good to simulate timing. They're just shoving the waves back and forth into each other. Nothing major.
Maybe I'm just too old, you know? All these guys are just... They're playing a young man's Dota game, taking the tomes, using the glyphs for mental damage. It's it's a new world out here.
Yeah.
Early smoke here from Boom. This is the Grim Void Spear combo.
It's really good, but on against a mobile hero like Mirana, not quite as effective. Tofu gonna go for the TP out, but the arrow stops him.
And there's a DD bottom river.
Oh, that's a nice
It's a big
pickup.
rune for the Storm.
Oh, and Celery gets the deny on it. But Storm gets the kill for it.
I would have taken that rune and then tried to kill him, to be honest. I'm surprised he went for the coddle first. Maybe he thought he'd get the pull off before the deny. But, I mean, that's well worth it anyway. This mid tower's taking a beating from the catapult the whole time, so decent value here. This early game's going pretty good for Thunder, I think, all things considered.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think their understanding of what they wanted to do is pretty good as well, because they're already looking for this Bloodseeker in the jungle. Punishing the fact that Celery, he's died 3 times, he's so far behind. He's taken the safe lane. I'd like to kick him out of here too, but smoke is not going to land.
Yeah, Doracio's already moved over into the triangle area, so...
Well, Celery might pay the price anyway.
He's fast. Is he fast enough to get ahead of Burrow? No, he's not. Level 2 Burrow Strength does catch him. Catch that kill, and Sacred is so farmed that he's actually thinking about maybe going Boots of Travel first. I feel like you would disapprove.
No, I think it's okay here.
Yeah? Why?
Kind of.
Kind of.
I think there's a lot of worlds you just want Blink, so you can enable your Mirana.
Uh-huh.
But if he's pretty confident he's going to be able to farm off the back of the spots, which the way this game is going, I kind of feel the same. I think he'll get a decent Blink timing off the back of this anyway. And then he'll sync it up with like some decent Storm in T8 window. So I think it can be okay. Like there's an argument if he just rushes Blink and you get some cheeky Blink arrow kill on one of the cores, that's cool, but is it helping you progress the game and play the map? Maybe not. This is the stuff that will.
On to the Grimstroke, and they're going to be able to get the kill on Ace as well, because even he can deal with the Storm Spirit, there's still Bakaza waiting to collect the last hit. I swear, there's nothing scarier than like when you see a TA running at you, like that Grimstroke did, and you're just like, oh god, how many traps am I standing on?
It's pretty annoying.
Yeah, the answer was 3. He was standing on 3 different traps.
Yeah, so. Pop all 3 at once, send a message.
Yeah.
And he did go Blink on the same, so he was just debating.
Okay.
Getting you to get me to say some things I, in hindsight, disagree with. But this will enable him to play a lot more aggressive early and invade the enemy jungle areas. So that's what I would look to do with this.
I'm gonna start paying players to put items in their quick buy that make no sense, just so you have to try and do your thing where you're like, you try and figure out reasons for it.
Oh, why is he going Revenant's Brooch first at 5 minutes in the game here?
And then you would be like, well, I guess I could see some way. You would give them the credit.
I mean, I think it's always worth trying to understand the thought process of players.
Yeah.
And then you say it's wrong. But Sacred, he's channeling here.
He's going to go for it. A big kill, and with the arrow, they're going to get 2. Very nice pickup. Thunder playing a very clean game, too. The fact they're up 4K right now, I mean, our biggest concern post-draft was the fact that their lanes could go very badly, particularly the Sand King one, but not only did they do fine in lanes, but now they are flourishing.
The early momentum is definitely the way. Now they're playing super far ahead here. Feels like they've made every move in this game. I have not felt the presence of this Mars or Void Spirit setting much of anything up.
Nope.
I mean, the Mars lane is going to be hard just because of the TA counter matchup, but...
Ace, again, is not going for a Blink Dagger. Last time he tried to rush that BKB. This time he's going the pipe. I mean, he just doesn't like the... Okay.
I'll take your tribute.
XD. Ha ha ha. Very good joke.
We did talk about this pipe in the draft in terms of like getting a pipe hero versus Sand King. I think it's always strong versus hero, but it puts a lot more pressure on Boom to be the initiator and start things off. It's pretty much only him, and his supports need their cores to go in for their spells to function. So it's like the weight of this game is kind of getting thrust on this Void Spirit's shoulders.
Yeah.
At the same time, Thunder Awaken are just accelerating at an insane rate. Because TA is level 14, full Deso, instantly into the Roche.
He is massive.
Yeah, he is absolutely massive. Even an early mech on this bottoms. This is like some nice itemization here.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. I love that against Bloodseeker.
Yeah, it's really nice. I think some of these early utility items are undervalued in the current meta, but at least when you don't have these sustainers like Pugna Isle. Long jump off the back of Arcane Rune again.
Yeah, this rune control they keep on getting are just netting so many kills. Storm Spirit's getting ahead. You know what's funny is that that Mirana, I know Gaimin Gladiators, they like their Mirana quite a bit too, and they've picked up mech on their Mirana a few times too. So it's kind of funny. I feel like in some ways Thunder has taken some of Gaimin Gladiators' ideas and just using it against them, starting with the tri-lane in game 1, now this mech Mirana in game 2.
Dota's a giant circle. You just hope you're on the right side of it. You know, everybody claims they invented everything at some point.
But does the circle have sides?
Oh, because the circle's flat and we're all in the middle.
Oh, okay. Pull back Dyrachyo. Ace is here to protect, but is it going to be enough? Dyrachyo gets the other side of the wall, and with that Ink Swell stun on 3, leading into a Blood Right, well, he still dies, but in the end, it might just be Gaimin Gladiators collecting a number of kills. Bakaz is just lining up heroes, and with the second round of the Storm Spirit, they're going to collect further pickoffs. 2 more die after the initial 2 of Gaimin Gladiators. 4 down in total, and Thunder rolling over Gaimin Gladiators now.
See how much work the mech did in that type of fight there? Like, this is the exact type of fight in this point in the game where that item just shines in terms of... That's potentially a comeback fight for Gladiators with how much that AoE landed, but... It's early mech pickup, making sure his core stay alive for long enough they can just close out that fight, and now this game is looking super favorable for them.
How did Dyrachyo die, by the way? I saw him on the other side of the arena, and he threw up Blood Right, and then all of a sudden he was dead.
Might have ticked out the trap damage or some ignite.
Okay.
Not sure. I think he ticked out on the back end of that. Again, this Sacred Sand King went back for the bots, so that wasn't even like the tankiest he could have been in that engagement, and the fact they win it, it's going to put even more pressure on the map here.
Right next to each other, Sacred gets the Burrow Strike again before any stun or silence could touch him.
Now you have full BKB for this Storm. This is when this hero is terrifying. 17 minutes.
And they just seem to have all the vision in the world to find these kills. He waited for the BKB, and then the last bit of double damage timing. Arrow spotting out Ace, these TA traps, leading perhaps into another opening.
This is a 5-on-4. You don't have your carry here. I don't think this is a fight that goes Gladiator's way.
Same time, they do see Bakaz's in mid. They're going to hold here. They've got some heavy vision commitment. They've got a lane ward. They've got a jungle ward on the side. They want this kill. They're going to be able to get the silence, lead off into the chain stun. So pick onto the Sand King. They get that much, and Thunder were like, wait a minute, they were still here.
Very cheeky, but they have this high ground observer. They're going to see them all here. Does Dark Mago want to go in?
Oh, they actually stick outside of the vision and then smoke back in. Smoke breaks under the ward. It's a disaster for Gaimin Gladiators, but if they can get around this area, maybe they can get a successful opening. Matthew, he's going to be the one breaking the smoke. Ace, response, not quite good enough. Dark immediately jumping onto Tofu, seeing if he can get that quick kill, and it looks like he just might be able to, especially, oh, the arrow skirts right past Tofu's corpse and hits Ace instead to add a second dead body to the Gaimin Gladiators mix. 2 down and a third as Boom is going to be in some trouble. He can't quite get away. The Storm Spirit continues to hunt, as does Sacred. He gets a 4th one on Celery. Thunder, they seem to just keep on finding the openings with the Storm Spirit, and then all this mobility just leads to more and more and more.
Might have thrown last game a little, but they are certainly closing the window fast here. This Storm Spirit is just untouchable. This is the strength of the hero, and that's why I got picked up early last game.
Yeah.
You can meme about it, but this is his patch for sure.
Absolutely.
He has good matchups. Again, the lack of stuns on this Dire lineup. Who's going to stop him? Nobody in the BKB, but even in that early game, you're like trying to land these Phantom's Embraces, but you don't have the reliable stuns to do it. Boom went for this Ags rush over something like a Yule's, which might have given him the early window. Can't blame him, but now those silences are not doing much if you can't land a spear or something.
Yeah. And it's hard for Ace to land a spear without a blink deck.
Exactly, so this Storm is just, it's at free reign. And TA as well. This TA is not a hero. It's that easy to lock down in the fight with the refractions and the blink. This map is becoming a nightmare to play.
Yeah.
At the same time, the gold that's coming in for this Templar Assassin. Absolutely insane.
Yeah. He's also got a few charges on the Deso, so he's already in the Deso buffed territory from the patch. I think you only need to get like 2 kills before you're back to the old damage, and everything past that is just bonus.
You think when you get max charges on Deso, you should get a little reward? A little chest pops up and it drops you like a tango or something.
One shared tango
Yeah.
goes away in 60 seconds. Use it now.
And it only works on one hero. You have to figure out who it was shared to.
Yeah. Sounds like a battle pass reward right there.
I mean, Roshan, he gives a lot of stuff away now. You could drop a random shard here or there. No one would notice.
Speaking of shard, Dark Mako actually picked one up himself. He bought it.
It's an early overload.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
Why?
I mean, it's a decent amount of damage, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you go in like this Mirana and other random crap that just goes in on the single target. It's a decent amount of burst for the cost. And at the same time, I mean, you're going to sell a null talisman for another item? Like, come on, Cap.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, he could have worked towards the Aghanim Scepter and the upgraded Ags.
I mean, he might be going to that next too.
Celery, they did a 3-man. They did a smoke
Dark
or
Mago's just
Shadow
fighting
or
the
both.
whole team on his own here.
It really is with his BKB. He should be able to get the
Arcane
support.
Rune,
Look at Ace is trying to help him out with a bulwark, but it doesn't actually happen. The spear could catch here, but Sacred is now here to be able to intercept. They're all in on the Storm
mech
Spirit.
heal.
He's got one last little zip, and the mech heal keeps him alive alongside the mana. Now Sacred is going to die here in Gaimin Gladiators. They are pretty buffed up with Dyrachyo right now.
Because
Oh, they got to get away from Bakaz. As soon as he shows up to the fight, it's all over. Silence actually hitting the Storm Spirit. Dyrachyo wants to go for that, but he is terrified of the rest of the team. Cannot afford to get chains done while his BKB is down. They're going to hide here. Bakaz is actually committing 2 shots. The poor old Coddle. Dyrachyo is going to come back in and try and do something similar to the supports, but look how weak he is compared to the Templar Assassin. He is not the same kind of threat to Matthew, and now he is on the run. He is gunning through the trees, hoping he can dodge somehow any vision. They spot him. 15 seconds for his TP to come back up. TA Trap Slow is here. The stun is out, and now he's dead. Oh, dear.
some nice tips for the jukes, but
yeah,
at least his brother Boom did manage to juke Bakaz on the back end of that and get out. Level 20 TA, 7,000 gold almost ahead of the next highest net worth hero on Dire. This is not a hero you can afford to fight right now unless you can somehow chain stun her or something.
Whoa, what'd I miss?
catching the support again. The mech coming in handy. The hood actually helping out. He's going to be tanky enough. And Dark, oh, he sets up an arrow that it's going to lead into a massacre because Sacred is going to be able to run down several heroes. Look at him. He used peak efficiency, ran down Celery, but he also used the whip to slow down Ace so the rest of his team could chase him down. And chase him down they will.
Pipe for what? Right into that camp.
34-4.
Yeah, this game's been a slaughter fest.
Oh, man.
I don't even think we've seen a Grimwald do anything this game.
No.
I think the idea is you can get the double rupture, but I don't think we've seen a rupture do much this game. And honestly, yeah, this mech I feel like was pretty high impact in a lot of the fights.
Oh, absolutely.
Every time they go in with this spell damage, the mech comes out even when a hood. It's just so much it forces Boom to commit. And again, he has to be the one going in. He has to be the one letting his supports get their spells off in a fight, and his Bloodseeker and Mars committing since Ace went this pipe build. If it takes him this long to kill a Mirana, it just feels like Bakaz and Dark Mago come in and clean everybody up. I mean, this guy's gotten an Arcane Rune every single spawn, so...
They're gonna go on Panda again, the tanky Ogre, but he's got a pipe and an assistance from the Mirana, so he is not gonna die immediately. And oh, what a burrow strike. Two-man burrow with the epicenter on top of the arrow on top of Boom as well. Boom is still alive. Ogre finally dies. The Yule's coming out. Is gonna be able to buy Sacred a pittance of time, but the silence over the top. One-man burrow again. He's still alive through all of it. They throw out a spear in vain. Sacred jukes it out. Can't catch me with that one. And now Gaimin Gladiators limping along with just two heroes. Look at him, Celery and Boom. They're just hiding underneath their ward, terrified that they're gonna get found by the Thunder heroes. They see Bakaz.
They see him, but he ain't doing anything to this guy.
Oh, certainly not.
That was a fight where Dark Mago wasn't even there for the majority of it. He was farming across the other side of the map. Yeah. Of course, he can get there a little faster with this third Arcane Rune of the game, is it now? And what a monster of a fight from this Sand King. And we see the utility doing so much work here. The glimmer on this Ogre and the pipe, keeping him alive for so long. They're just stuck in this sandstorm forever. Multiple two-man burrows. Just stall, stall, stall until your real damage comes. TA and Storm aren't even here.
Yeah. And once they do arrive, well, heroes don't last long under that kind of assault. We did have Roshan being taken during that period of time, so we've got the Shard on Ogre now. So if you thought these heroes were tanky before, now just add some damage instances blocked out by the Fire Shield.
You're trying to go on Bakaz. He does not have the Aegis.
He doesn't. He does have a BKB and nothing to stop him, though.
They have a window here, though. There's no TA.
Yeah, they're going to fight without the TA. With the right kind of initiation, it might just work. But Boom, Ace, Staraccio, can they find something here? They managed to get the silence, but a BKB immediately going off the pullback into the arrow. Once again, Ace tanks it. Really nicely played. They have the epicenter. Two-man burrow strike once again. Oh, Thunder. They are absolutely outplaying Gaimin Gladiators in this one. Boom is trying to run himself away, but he's got nowhere to go. The arena's not going to help out. You do not have enough. Oh, dear. Gaimin Gladiators. They're going to... Oh, wait, they're buying back now?
This is like a GG buyback. I don't know what else it is.
What are they going to do?
The TA wasn't even here, and we still didn't kill a single hero.
GG.
There it is.
Oh, man. You have to feel...
That is a slaughter of a game, too, right there. That was a revenge game.
It really was.
You might have gotten us a little leeway game one, but sending a message game.